So welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be reacting to Optic Texas with their video titled How to Make the Perfect Call of Duty. We're going to go ahead and watch this video and I'm going to share my own thoughts on how I think we can make the perfect Call of Duty together. Because as you guys know, Call of Duty is honestly down the fucking toilet right now. And I seriously don't know if it can get better, especially with GTA 6 reportedly coming out this year. Without further ado, let's go ahead and react and listen to what Optic Texas have to say about making the perfect Call of Duty game.
If you I'm gonna exclude myself out of this one just for I'm not a player. I just crush a lot. I'm kidding. If you guys were you guys were Call of Duty's board of directors, you five are the board of directors. What is something that you would do different to put Call of Duty in the best path forward?
Get off YouTube.
Forward.
I'm just gonna run this one just because I think this is I separate Warzone and multiplayer. I think that since that has been a thing, Call of Duty has just gone not completely downhill because there have been moments
ups and
where
downs,
it's been
ups and
better,
downs.
but since they've combined
Facts.
the two, I mean, it's just you can't put half effort into two things. You know what I'm saying? You got to fully commit.
I'm gonna have to pause right there. I 100% agree. Warzone and Call of Duty, they need to be separate. But on the topic of how to make the perfect Call of Duty game, my personal opinion, I would stop with the yearly releases. I would just release one game, that being Call of Duty. And with the yearly releases from Treyarch, Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, I'd still let them do the yearly or 2 yearly cycle. But instead of a new game being released, it gets put onto the Call of Duty game. But that's just a little bit on what I think would be the perfect Call of Duty game. Let me know what you guys think as well by leaving a comment down in the comment section below because I will be reading them. So let's go ahead and continue this.
And it feels like since Warzone has been integrated, it feels like it kind of just has been, the effort has been split. Like,
Facts,
On my
facts.
board of directors, I'd piggyback off that. I would take Omni movement as it is today and make that the last change of movement they make to Call of Duty.
Facts.
Besides removing tack sprint, you have to have one speed of sprint, and it could be the speed of tack sprint, but it should be sprinting, and that's it, because it's just a jarring movement mechanic that doesn't really add much value to the gameplay itself. I think you increase all the tick rates on every server across.
I'm gonna have to pause it there on what Nadeshot said about only having one sprint option. Now, I personally don't think that there's any issue with tack sprint and normal sprinting and all those mechanics. So I think where it is now is perfectly fine.
Warzone and Call of Duty because it's too inconsistent. I'm playing 3 different modes. They all feel like different servers. My movement feels different. The way the bullets shoot feels
That is
different.
true.
I would invest in the actual gameplay experience. I would separate the two, make Omni movement like the one through point that all the games have from here on out. And then I think you have a successful series. I would remove the blueprint bullshit. If I buy a gun from the store,
I agree.
remove one attachment from it. The gun doesn't even look like anything that I want it to look
Facts.
like and shoot like
Facts.
when I bought it in the first place.
Again, pausing it, that happened to me just recently. So I bought the Unicorn bundle for my partner and we looked at the weapon blueprint and we thought that the weapon blueprint would stay on the weapon no matter if we changed the attachments. However, it completely removed everything. And I'm telling you now, the weapon looked like complete fucking shit. It was like, what was the point on even buying the bundle for like the Unicorn weapon? You know what I mean?
I just think Call of Duty could do some very simple things to actually prove to the community that they care about the players and what they think of the game and how they
I just don't think
experience
they
the
do
game,
care, to be honest.
rather than just forcing things down their throat because they know it's the only thing they've got and they don't really have a say in the matter. I really think they need to increase tick rates, keep Omni movement consistent with every Call of Duty from here on out, separate the two, remove tack sprint, and bang, you got a great game.
the blueprint system is like the worst.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Like, just make cool camos like back in BO2. Give us a radioactive
yes.
camo that has an
Buy
animation
camos
on
in
your
that.
gun. Like, the blueprint system is so bad. But
Agree,
I will say
agree.
the skins they come out with,
The skins
for
are awesome.
operators are actually pretty tough.
I love the bundle. I love the fact
Yeah, see,
that
I'm
I
a
can
fan of the
update
store.
every day. You know, I know a lot of people don't like microtransactions. I think people have gotten over the hump on that just because every game
It's just the way it
last
is.
5 years has been doing it exponentially in every direction. I think it's fun. I don't understand like these old head comments. It popped up again this year when Black Ops 6 came out, and they're like, "What happened to our military simulator? This is what the character used to look like." I'm like, brother, that is boring as fuck. There's no
Bro,
variety. How do you keep
facts.
a franchise around for 16
Facts.
years and just have generic military operator? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't impact the game. it
That's
doesn't
true.
change the way you experience the game.
Like, it doesn't matter, you know what I mean? It's not forcing you to
unbelievable
buy
me
it.
that people still get up in their shit and complain about it.
I mean, we complain a lot about, we used to tell Call of Duty to stop making it this immersive experience for people. They don't give a fuck about whether or not you're a soldier from World War II or some guy in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Your character is now you in that game. Like, it has become your playable character. No one cares about that anymore. Like, it's you at war, not you experiencing war.
Another big complaint that I have, just to wrap it all up, is I actually think that Call of Duty needs to have someone that's forward-facing, communicating with the community, not just the competitive community, but
Agree.
the
Agree.
public.
It's a fucking joke, man, the way it
any
is right
playlist
now.
that you can imagine, in Warzone as well. I think the reason why community managers got sunsetted is because these people would get the shit beaten out of them online, verbally, whether the game was broken or not. You know, you had like 402 in IW, and then Vaughn sort of like took over as like the voice for Call of Duty from a dev cycle perspective. And I think that, you know, took a lot of years off his life just dealing with like insane comments, incels, fucking death threats. But right now, I feel like the game, the way that I perceive it, especially after being gone for so long, it's like I'm knocking at the door trying to get answers, but nobody's home. It feels like the game is completely on autopilot.
That's crazy to hear from
There's
Nate
no insight as to what's happening, what changes are going to come.
All right, okay, it ended right there. I was not expecting it to cut off like that, but okay, whatever, Optic Texas, whatever. I honestly can't believe how bad Call of Duty has gotten. Like, it's wild. When BO6 was releasing, myself, I wasn't hyped for it, and I said this a couple of times, you know. I just thought it would be the same Call of Duty just like we had last year, where it's just going to get overhyped, over-promoted, it's going to get released, and it's not going to live up to the hype. It has been this way now for at least over 5 fucking years, honestly. I stopped jumping on the hype train, you know what I mean? I stopped a long time ago. Don't get me wrong, Black Ops 6 does have some amazing things, like Zombies, for example, is fucking amazing. Multiplayer, I mean, it's okay. The campaign I've yet to play. However, Warzone, holy shit, is that a fucking mess. I could make probably a 10 to 15 minute video talking about Warzone, specifically Oceania servers, and how bad it is that none of us can like find solos, duos, or trios game. The only thing that you can play in Oceania servers is squads. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this sort of video, and there is plenty more to come in 2025.